So yes, we are back with Mr. Rodney Hinton and his son Ryan that was shot and killed by the police officer in Cincinnati. And we're going to look and see. Something's just not sitting right with this one. I don't know. The words matter. What they say, what they don't say, they'll point here and don't want you to look there. Anyway, a lot of this is repetitive, so I'm not going to read it again. I'm just going to point to what they're saying in the articles. You'll see where I'm going with it. Man who intentionally murdered deputy appears in court as 30-plus sheriff's office members look on. And it was more like 50, so plus is correct. Cincinnati, we already know. Robert Hinton Jr. Rodney Hinton Jr. Stood before a judge less than 24 hours since the deputy died. He's the one that killed a deputy, they're saying, in retaliation for the Cincinnati police officer that killed his son. Look at the show of force. Look, and there's more of them back here. This is ridiculous. This is saying, we're here. This is who we are. Don't forget who we are. Blue line strong. It's us against you. So we already know the gist of it. And this guy was in critical condition, allegedly. And we'll get to that in a minute. Does he look like... And then it won't say when they arrested him at the hospital, which is what we're going to get into, but I'm just saying. And then this is, of course, for the deputy. One of the two suspects, identified as Ryan Hinton, was still on the run and pointed a semi-automatic handgun at an officer, according to Chief Alphabet. The officer fired at the armed suspect, Ryan Hinton, who died, the police chief said Tuesday. Okay, so after all that, and pointed the gun at him, and he had to shoot him. So the next article says the same rundown, but it will tell you first responders took the deputy and the driver to UC Medical Center. Both were in critical condition, officials said. Police later arrested Hinton at the hospital. Cincinnati police officials did not give an exact time of the arrest. Henderson later died of his injuries. Both were in critical condition, to the point that Henderson, the deputy, died, but they won't tell you when they arrested him. Hinton. Here's the car. Okay. Here is the car. Now, I can't tell, but it looks like the airbag's probably deployed here. Surely there's airbags that are deployed here. Also, I'd like to note 78% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. You got your phone in your hand, you got your laptop, click the button, and we'll move along. But, the thing with cars is, they don't have to be a smart car. They have something in it called a black box. Excuse me. What the black box does is tells you everything going on in that car. It will know if there's somebody in the driver's seat. It will know if there's somebody in the passenger seat. It will know if there's people in the back seat based on where they're sitting and their weight. They can tell if the driver puts their brakes on, don't put their brakes on. It will tell you how far in advance they put their brakes on. It will tell you if you give a turn signal. It will... Not all cars. Most cars in a front-end collision like this, yes, both the airbags are going to deploy. Some cars, based on where the impact is, only this one will. Because the car knows there's somebody in the driver's seat, it has been hit here, so this one will deploy. In the back, these will deploy, depending on, not all cars, but I'm just saying some of them. Also, why are both the doors open? Now, I get it. As EMS, we run up there and you open up all the doors. You want to see what's going on. You want to make sure, A, how many people are in the car. See how safely you can get them out. Maybe somebody come through this side to undo the seatbelt. I don't know. My thing is, I don't think he was the only one in that car. First responders took the deputy and the driver to UC Medical Center. Why wouldn't it say first responders took the deputy and Hinton to UC Medical Center? Who else was in that car? Who else maybe was driving the car? For everything that they are charging this one with, does he not look awfully calm? Look at the show, even with the show of force. I'm just saying. Who else was in that car? Who might have been driving that? I'm just throwing that out there. Nearly 1 week after the death of 18-year-old Rodney Hinton. Hold up. Rodney Hinton Jr. stares down cops in court after allegedly avenging his son's death, and they don't like the way he's looking at him. A chilling and powerful face-off took place between Rodney Hinton Jr. and police in court. He faces an aggravated murder charge for killing a deputy. One charge, one deputy. Rodney Hinton Jr. is not shying away from any rousing tensions for police. During a recent court appearance this week, the 38-year-old accused of killing a deputy, 50 glaring cops, already know that. And so social media came out in droves. That man had no prior record. He was a peaceful, law-abiding citizen, but they took his child, wrote someone on TikTok. Meanwhile, on X, all I'm saying is this: if a cop killed my son, I'm airing out the precinct. Rodney Hinton Jr. is a saint and a hero. I'm not agreeing with them. I'm not disagreeing with them. I'm just saying, taking out law enforcement is not a smart move. I can't condone that. When the system has already taken everything from you, there's nothing else you can lose. That's when true rage comes out, another TikTok commenter shared. In addition to being empathetic to him taking matters into his own hands, social media users noted that Hinton Jr.'s actions could spark a new trend in how people respond to injustice. Also, no, do not do that. If that's the hill you want to die on, you keep that shit to yourself. I'm just saying. I'm saying no. You start taking out law enforcement, and it is not going to end well. Rodney Hinton Jr. is a revolutionary. One ex-user wrote, anytime a cop kills our loved ones, anytime a misogynist commits an act of femicide, anytime a rapist thinks they can get away with an assault, they can get dealt with. There's Rodney Hinton Jr.'s out there who will hold these monsters accountable. I'm saying that's not the hill you want to die on. According to law enforcement, Hinton Jr. intentionally struck Hamilton County deputy. We know that at an intersection. He died of his injuries. Body cam footage. After the father saw the body cam footage of the cop killing his 18-year-old son, Ryan, the day before. At the time, the police department claimed that Ryan appeared to have pointed a gun at the officers when fleeing the stop. Really? Because here you said was still on the run and pointed a semi-automatic gun at an officer. And not only did you say he pointed it, you put up little pictures and stuff showing when he pointed it. Now they're saying appeared to have pointed a gun at officers when fleeing the stop. And then, of course, talk about the deputy that was killed. Why haven't Cincinnati police named the officer involved in the Rodney Hinton shooting? I'm glad you asked. Nearly 1 week after the death of 18-year-old Rodney Hinton, police have yet to release the name of the officer who shot him. The police chief cites Marsy's Law as the reason she is not releasing the name of the officer who shot Hinton. Wondering what Marsy's Law is? Well, it's right here. I'm not going to read it. This is revised for Ohio. I'll leave it up here for a minute, and you can pause it and you can come back to it. But I'll leave it up for, 30 seconds or so. So anyway, yeah, you can come back and read that. So they're not releasing his name because some law that's supposed to... Marsy's Law for Ohio grants these basic constitutional rights to crime victims. Now he's a crime victim. So the cop shot him, appeared to have pointed a gun at officers when fleeing the stop. Really? Because this article says body cam footage shared by the Cincinnati Police Department shows an officer exiting his vehicle and aiming his gun at the 18-year-old who appeared to be running away. The officer fired at least 4 times, according to Alphabet, and the 18-year-old fell to the ground. It is not clear from body camera footage if Hinton had aimed a firearm at the officers. It isn't clear. It isn't abundantly clear. because you told us this was this grainy ass Bigfoot footage that you showed us. You said this clearly showed him with a handgun pointing it. Also, I would like to note, they said there's a handgun somewhere and he's pointing it, but this is where he shoots him. And you can tell that he knew something was coming because his shoulders are up and his head's down. But you said we could tell by this that there was a firearm, but this is where he shot him. Anyway, Rodney Hinton Jr. was initially, now here's where we get to the good part, charged with 1 count of aggravated murder. Yes, allegedly, he only killed a deputy. Now the grand jury has indicted him on a second charge of aggravated murder and additional charges of murder plus 2 counts of felonious assault. According to Pillage, the aggravated murder charges both carry the possibility of the death penalty. During the press conference, she also provided more details about the moments that led up to the Henderson's alleged murder. That's the deputy. But yes, we already know all that. I'm trying to figure out is, how many people were in that car? How many people? There had to be somebody else in that car. Because they didn't say he killed anybody else with the car. He had no weapons that we know of. Who else was in the car? Who was driving that car? I mean, think about it. What else is there? There has to be someone else in that car. Anyway, I'm going to follow this one. That's where we're at. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Also, again, 78% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Got your phone in your hand, got your laptop, click the button, and we'll move along. Let me know what you think about this one, and I'm out.